Hi and welcome. Thank you for being here with me. Today we're doing mobility for hips. So hip opening and hip activation. Okay, let's go. Starting on all fours on the elbows. Okay, going down. Now we're going to start circling with the knee. So going with the left one. And I'm going to kick back and try giving a big circle with my knee and down. I try to lift my knee up as much as possible and drive it as high as possible to as much as down to the shoulder and below the body. So I do try to make the biggest circle there is. So going back high up and high towards the ceiling and high up towards the shoulder and towards the elbow. Good job. Opening up and up and down. And always having the control of doing this circle. And now into the other direction. So opening, lifting, and down. And open, and lift, and down. And open. We go. Half the circle exhale and half the circle inhale, or one circle exhale and one circle inhale, depending on how fast you're going or how much do you need the breathing, okay? How many breaths do you need to take? And last one. Good. And going up. Great. The other side. Okay. Exhaling and kicking back. And opening up and tucking in as high as possible. And opening and tucking in. Inhale, exhale. And inhale in. And exhale out. And inhale in. And the other side. Have the control. So kick out, back, high, really high, and then in. So do not cut the edges or do not make the circle smaller. Okay, be really careful. My English just keeps getting better. Good. While I do the work and while I give you so many informations, it's just super hard to keep all the words. Okay, relax. And to know all the words and to pronounce them correctly, it's really difficult. So I'm really sorry in advance and for my past mistakes. Okay, slowly going up. Good. Now again on all fours. And I'm going to bring my left foot next to my left palm. I'm going to lift myself up and I'm going to put my weight into the front and put my weight to the back. So I'm going to wiggle up and down a little bit. Good. And I want to put my back knee down, like this, and I want to extend my left knee back. So into this position and going up, back into the lunge. And into hamstring stretch, into the lunge stretch. So going back and going forward. I like to do inhale when I'm in the position, exhale when I move. Inhale into the position. Exhale when I move. Or you can do just one position, inhale, the other position, exhale. Again, depending on how much do you need or how do you like it. How do you feel the most comfortable? Okay. And now I'm going into the lunge and I'm going to move the leg outside. So extending it outwards. What I want you to do here now is lift your leg up. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit harder, but I'm going to lift it up and drop it down. If you can, if you need help, not if you can, this is the harder version. But if you need help, you can drop to the shoulders. Yeah, drop to the elbows and then lift up, because the more weight you transfer to the elbow, the easier for you is to lift the leg up. Okay, so going really slowly and try going controlled, moving, and last one. And I'm going to stay in the stretch position and I'm going to sit down a little bit. So here I'm stretching my lower part, so my inner part actually, but in this specific position is the lower one. We were activating the upper and stretching the lower, or activating the outer part and stretching the inner part. Okay? And lifting up, going to the other side. Okay, so into the lunge, right leg next to the right arm, lifting up and just wiggling up and back, front, back. Good. Moving and shifting the weight. Good. And now drop the knee down and extend the front leg. Hamstring stretch and forward. Try not to move your arms so the palms stay where they are, and try not moving them. If you need, you can pull them towards you, but try not to. So glute them down and do not move the palms. Good. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Good job. And into the lunge again. And now I'm going to open the leg out. Okay. And in this position, trying to lift the leg up. A lift and drop. If you need again, drop to the shoulders. I'm always doing the easier version so you can see where we start. And then when we are going to move forward, going to get harder and more stronger, then the easy options are not as much as available as now. Okay? And try, you can lift it up quickly and then slowly drop it down. So you can lift and slowly drop down. And lift and slowly drop down. And last one. Good. And now stay in the stretch and sit back. Okay, good job. Good. And now lifting ourselves up and sitting back into the neutral position on our sitting bones. So going like this. Okay. We are going to start in position So I'm going to open my legs like this, and I want them to be out from the hips, knees, and the line into the feet. Okay? And I'm going to drop them down into the 90-degree position. Okay? So I want you to have the 90-degree position. You can always rearrange your position according to the mat. If you have a bigger one, it's even easier. But having the 90 position in the knee, in the hip, going into the 90 and 90 in the knee again. Okay? In this position, I'm going to turn my trunk, my body, completely towards my front leg. Okay? And I'm going to put my arms down, and I'm going to drop with my chest down to my knee, like this. And I'm going to lift up. Okay? The more you give to the arms, the less you give to the hips. So try not giving a lot to the arms. Okay? So your hips need to be working and lifting you and dropping you down. So if you want, you can also lift one arm up. I like to have it behind my my lumbar spine or my pelvic bone, and I just go down and up. You feel a really good stretch here. Okay? So you can do that with another arm as well. Just try and see what works for you. But the next level position is both arms down and going front and lifting up. This is a really, really good mobility exercise. But for now, staying here. Do not push it, yeah? First, let's try to get in some active flexibility with some mobility movement, and do not never push towards something you are not confident in. Okay? You can always injure yourself, even if it looks really innocent. Okay, and now in this position, I'm going to turn around. You don't move, okay? In this position, we're going to bend forward like this. You can go onto the elbows or you can stay up, and I'm going to lift my ankle, my back ankle. So it looks like this, lifting up and dropping down. And this creates the movement here, okay? So you can always adjust, but have the 90-90, yeah? And going up, but looking forward, yeah? Never turn and then lift, okay? So front, I like to do it like this as well. It's easier for me at least, or I have more control over the movement and over what my hip is doing. So I do go like this and drop and lift and drop. Good. And two more. And last one. Good. And now I lift myself up and I go to the other side. So I just lift the legs and go to the other side. Okay? It's that easy. But still, even in this position, I need to readjust and check. 90 degrees. Good. And 90 degrees. Okay? Now going down. Completely straight forward onto the front knee. And drop. And down. Good. And drop. And down. You can always feel the glute or which part of the position really triggers your flexibility, really triggers your mobility, and in general really triggers your muscles and tissues. So some parts might feel really, really like stuck and tender. Some parts are really easy, but try playing and discovering and and searching and just being curious about the body and the positions as well. And 2 more. And last one. Okay, good job. And you can drop down to the elbows. And you can stay here a little bit just so this passive flexibility kind of relaxes or releases the tension in the glute, in the right glute. Okay? You know, lifting the ankle and dropping it down. Be careful that always 90 degrees. Okay, if you feel that you need to move it a little bit back or up, you can do that as well. Exhale. And as well here, you always exhale when you need to kind of work with some tension. So when you need to control the movement, you always exhale, because it helps you tighten the core, and it helps you to just have this awareness and control over the body in general. So let's go 5. Let's go 4, 3, and last one. Good, and drop it down. Okay, and into the position again. So here we are, and now I just want you to drop the left knee inside. The point here is that you do not move the hips. This is moving the hips. This is not moving the hips. You see, my hips stay at the same spot, but now what I want to do is just drop my knee down without moving the hips, and to the other side. And you will see one leg goes down easier. Like, for example, my right one is here, while my left one kind of stops here. So almost 5 centimeters the difference. But be careful, do not twist the hips. Twisting the hips is compensation. And your body is way, way smarter than you are. So the body will want to make yourself the exercise a little bit easier. But you have to stop it. You have to know what you're doing. You have to do it correctly. And then slowly you will get better at the movement in general. And you'll also feel better, more functional, more flexible, stronger, everything. Okay, good job. And now to the outer side, doing the butterfly like this, and pushing the knees down to the floor. If you cannot do it like this, you can do it with the elbows. Okay? And push them down, 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 down. And forward, forward, forward. Open. And relax. Good job. And we did it really well. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you feel a little bit more open, or I feel a bit more activated on the outside and a bit more open on the inside, I think. So I do hope you're feeling a difference. And thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next one.